Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Mark, man. I'm back at it with another video, right? So today I want to kind of talk about this Bitcoin thing, right? So when I started my YouTube channel, I said I want to talk about traveling and I want to talk about my Bitcoin journey. So today I got a little bit of time and I want to just go over just a few little things about this stuff, right? So I'm not going to go into super detail because I want you guys to follow me, and I'm going to be breaking it down video by video. But right now I just want to go over just like the gist of a few things. All right, so if you know anything about me, man, I'm huge in economics, man. I like currency. I like anything that has something to do about getting money. I like the supply, demand. I like everything about that type of thing, right? So I'm also really big into history as well. So one of the things that like intertwine like history and currency, right, is a lot of people when they think of like the transatlantic like slave trade, they tend to think like, you know what I'm saying, like the Dutch, you know what I'm saying, the Portuguese and like all those European people went down to Africa and just went and grabbed those folks and took them somewhere else, you know what I mean? When that's really not the case. What the case was, when they went down there, when they were doing a whole bunch of traveling and stuff like that, and like those people went down there and they seen those people were trading other Africans, they seen that they were rocking like, you know, these heirlooms of glass beads and stuff. And at this point in time, like, you know, in Europe, they were already doing that glass blowing and all that different types of stuff. So what they did is like they kind of like went to Europe, made the glass beads, man, and shot back down there and traded with them folks. So they traded glass beads for human lives, man, and then brought them to like the U.S., man, and that was like kind of like the start of like the transatlantic like slave trade. And I think that's crazy, man, because like you would sit there and you would think like people went out there and just snatched them folks, you know what I'm saying, and just brought them back. But that's not the case, man. Like it's always something to do with some type of currency that's kind of wraps up the whole thing, you know what I'm saying? Currency is always like a form of power, man. Whoever has the most of this certain item is whoever's the top dog. And it's always been like that, you know what I'm saying? So I just think that's crazy, right? My next thing I kind of wanted to talk about, right, is the gold standard. A lot of people don't know what the gold standard is. So back in the day, man, the U.S., we used to have a lot of gold, right? So we have some shit called like the Fort Knox. I believe it's out there in Tennessee, if I'm not mistaken. That building is surrounded. It's in the middle of like a whole like flat plain. You know what I'm saying? It's a building and it's surrounded by like guards and a whole bunch of stuff. What that building initially was meant for is to store a lot of the U.S.'s like gold, because you know what I'm saying, we had a lot of gold and that's how they would trade with like other countries and stuff like that with gold and stuff, you know. So due to like, you know what I'm saying, international pressure and like, you know, the gold inflation and a whole bunch of other stuff, bro, like President Nixon in 1971 just took us off the gold standard, right, and just put us on something called like fiat money. And you're asking yourself like, damn, what's fiat money, right? Fiat money is some type of currency that is there. Like this piece of paper is there and we're giving you this piece of paper and it's worth something because the government says it's worth something, right? So think about it. Does that make sense, right? You're getting paid for your talent, your skill, your trade. You're getting traded a piece of paper that is basically worth nothing in the grand scheme of things. Okay? So it might sound kind of confusing. I'm probably explaining it a little choppy. Just slow down and think about it. Back in the day, the U.S., we used to, our dollars, the currency that you see right now, that shit used to be a little receipt. With that little receipt, man, you could go to a bank. With that bank, depending on like how much that receipt was, that dollar, you could go to a bank and the bank would give you gold back. Some type of gold, like a gold nugget, or end up giving you like a gold bar. But now, in today's age, that dollar's not worth anything. So that's kind of like tricky. That's kind of scary. That's kind of weird, right? So I don't know, man. A lot of people, they think like, you know, it's either a Trump or they think it's a Biden thing, man. But it's been since 1971 we've been fucked up. That's why there's like inflation in a lot of things, man. That's why, like, the price keeps going up on everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're not backed by anything. You know what I'm saying? They're just printing this money out. When it was COVID, man, you see they were giving everybody $2,000 checks for just sitting down chilling. What goes around comes around, man. There's some type of repercussion for everything, right? So if they're passing out that money, bro, like, there's some type of back end. Somebody in the back end is losing something, right? And the back end people are the United States citizens, in my opinion, right? We're the ones that's losing out on this shit, right? Yeah, it's deeper than rap, man. It's deeper than what you sit there and you think, yo. That's why, like, back in the day, man, let's say your great grandfather would have left you $5,000 type shit, you know what I'm saying, thinking it's going to do something for you, but that $5,000 is not really going to do anything, you know what I'm saying? I learned that from my man, what's bro's name, Chris, you know what I'm saying, Chris Johnson, you feel me? Great mentor guy, the dude's over there by Bet. That's where I get a lot of my knowledge at, man. Great people, you know? Yeah, but he ended up saying something like that, bro, and it just makes sense, you know, like inflation, the price is going up. So if that's the case, if that $5,000 doesn't even buy me like 2 months of rent, or it doesn't buy me a month of rent and some groceries, what is it going to be when my kids get old? What is that 5,000 going to do? You dig what I'm saying? Like, it's just starting to make sense now. This shit is wicked. It's scary, bro. You feel me? But, another thing that kind of put me onto Bitcoin, man, is just like, I'm owning my own money. I'm not giving my money to a bank and letting them. When you give your money to a bank, bro, they take your money and they flip it. They take it and they loan it out to other people and they make money off of it. That's not chill. How come I'm not getting parts of that? And y'all only giving me that little bit of money back in interest a year? Doesn't make sense, right? But, like, I'm supposed to rely on you guys to hold my money. You know what I'm saying? Like, another thing that threw me off is when Kanye, he sat there and he was saying like certain things about like certain people, whatever the case may be. When we live in a country that's, based off freedom of speech, and they sat there and they froze that man's bank account, right? Does that not scare you, or does that not like rub you the wrong way? Your money's being held by people that can shut off your water at any point in time, versus like, if you hold your money with Bitcoin, it's on a blockchain, so your money is being checked like every 15 minutes or some wild stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So your accurate amount of money. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. And another cool thing, bro, is just like this shit is only at 95,000 right now, and each coin is predicted to be at 1 billion. So it's like, why wouldn't you throw no money in right now, bro? Just like, and just wait it out. You know what I'm saying? And just wait it out, bro. It makes sense to me, bro. But a lot of people, they don't think that long-term thing, man. They sit there and they get paid, bro, and they just think quick term of how am I spend this money. Me personally, I sit down for a couple of years, bro, and stack up this bread. So in the next bull run or the next halving, bro, my shit triples. Like 400 times, you know what I mean? And then I'm up like shit, you know what I mean? That only makes sense to me, bro. That's a real savings account, when you can put your money into something and you can watch it grow, versus like all these other bullshit accounts. And I don't know, man. It just doesn't make sense to me, bro. It's one of the greatest assets, bro. I think Bitcoin's one of the ones, man. And I'm making this video now, man, because like this is the first video I'm making on it, but I want this to be like, I want to look back in like 10 years and be like, yo, you's a smart little youngin', Mark. Listening to them boys, CJ and Chris, and that boy, and your homeboy Trey. Yes, sir. Trey from Shapeshifters. You know what I'm saying? But listening to them boys, man, them boys made you a trillionaire, boy. You feel me? Like, that's the type of time I'm going to be on, bro. You feel me? But, yeah, man. I'm locked in on this joint, man. I keep showing this like almost every other video, bro. I'm almost done with this joint, man. It's straight great knowledge, bro. I just get fried and just be locked in, man. You feel me? Like, hey, it is what it is. But that's just a few things, bro, I wanted to talk about. I know it kind of like jumped from a few things, you know what I'm saying? I didn't give you guys the full sauce, bro, because I'm not going to do that the first video, man. I want y'all to really like do your own research and really start to like, you know what I'm saying? Consider like, you know, what assets do I have, man? Like, and it's hard in this time and age because it's not like we could go out and buy a house because this market is crashed, bro. So it's like, what you going to do, bro? And we're becoming in the time of like AI and robots. So if you work any type of like customer service or you do any type of like Uber Eats or like, you know what I mean, driving around, it's going to be like, all right, when they pull out the robots, then what y'all really going to do? Or what is people going to do if you don't have like a true skill or a true trade? You know what I'm saying? Real rap, man. Not people don't think that far, bro. Just take the time, bro. Just take the time and think about your future, man, and think about your loved ones, bro. Like, if you making this amount a year, bro, and you spending that same amount a year, then what are you doing? Like, what are you truly doing? You're not really saving nothing, bro. The whole goal, man, is that if I make 60 a year, bro, I'm gonna make sure all my bills and stuff are paid, and I hope I roughly have, if that's like 30, you know what I'm saying, 30 bands, bro. I'm going to make sure I roughly have at least 25 to put back into investments, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to play around with these folks, bro. Like, I'm tired of being down, bro. I'm finna be up, bro, you know? And just me doing this for the past couple months, bro, I've been up, bro. Like, for real, bro. Like, I used to struggle with rent. You know what I'm saying? I used to have to, like, run around and do the most to get extra rent. You feel me? But, like, now, bro, like, huh? What? Yeah. Yeah, give me that. Easy, bro. I'm taking trips too, brother. Like, what? But they say you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make that motherfucker drink, man. And with that being said, yeah. Make sure y'all motherfucking subscribe, like, and comment, bro. If y'all have any questions, man, or anything, if I messed up or anything, just off this like little spiel that I wanted to give y'all real quick, man, just let me know. I'm just rapping with y'all, man. I'm fried for real, man. I just smoke like a motherfucker, bro. So I'm cooked, man, just rapping about this Bitcoin shit, man, for real, dog. Nothing major, bro. Yeah, man. Thanks for fucking with your boy, man. And I'm gonna see y'all sometime soon, man. I appreciate it. Love.